Okay, I have been looking at your homework, and about 4 or 5 of y'all have not done anything. So I don't know what you're waiting on. You're supposed to be working on R1 through R7 or 8, and a good portion of you are on R3, R4, and R5. That's good. I'm not fussing. And some of you are trying to get to R7 and R8 when you have like a 35 on R6 and a 27 on R4, but that's fine. I'm happy with both of y'all. Okay, those two. But the third I'm not happy with, and that is the students that have not done a single thing. So when I get to a certain point, I will put dates on them, and you're not going to have enough time to do 7 or 8 sections in 24 hours. So I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, and I'm not going to hear any of this, my grandmother died and dog ate my whatever, and I didn't know this and I didn't know that. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I'm not going to extend it. Does everybody understand? Okay. All right. Review questions. Let's go over, review questions sent to me. This is R2-27-7. I don't know if we've already done, there might be a couple that I didn't delete. So if we did it, please, if we did one with the exact numbers, please let me know. This is R2-27/7. Let's see what it looks like. And does anybody see that one in their notes from Thursday? Yeah, this is the one that we did. We already did this one, right?
Yeah, we did that one.
Yes or no? I'm sorry?
We did do that
Yeah,
one.
we already did this one.
Okay. So I will, and you will see probably 1,000 of those before the test, because if people are going to send those in. This is R2-59/14. 59/14. 59/14. Is it a test question? Oh, hell yeah. Any difference quotient is going to be a test question. You're probably going to do at least 3 or 4 of these on the test. So I'll write it down while y'all are writing it down. So f of x is equal to -2x squared minus 3x minus 4. And there we go. So we all know that the slope is equal to, and this is something that I do with all my students when it comes to calculus and the difference quotient. I will use a green pen and I will use an orange pen. And the orange is f of x plus h minus f of x over h. So that means I'm going to plug in f of x wherever there's an x here, an x plus h, wherever there's an x here. So I'm going to rewrite the orange in terms of parentheses. -2 parentheses squared minus 3 times parentheses minus 4. Minus -2x squared minus 3x minus 4. All over h. And somebody tell me, what am I going to plug in to those orange parentheses? That's a Q. Q-U-E.
X plus H.
X plus H. That means I want somebody to say something. Thank you. X plus H. Now what do you need to do? Nothing but 100% what after that point? Starts with an A. L. G.
Algebra.
Nothing but 100% algebra. Do you know why people fail calculus? They can't do algebra. So get to it. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. And if you can't do it in 2 minutes, just consider yourself a failure at life. And you should probably get you a cardboard box. Maybe find you a ditch. I thought I'd put the clock on there to add some added pressure. What do you think? Yeah, I do have my cat. One of my cats are on the back of the chair. That's the ADD cat. The one that will probably die of a heart attack. I need to lay off them Marlboro Reds. Dadgum, it's raining. Huh. I didn't know it was raining. You ever get a cat and swivel seat and spin it round and round? That's funny. Y'all are a hard group. Y'all know that? What is it? Is it just a subject? You just hate math so much that you just don't want to talk, or is it me? Did I do something? Did I offend you? Oh, don't answer that. I probably offended everybody in the class in the last 3 days somehow. United States of Buttercups and whatever is it called? Snowflakes. Here we go. M is equal to -2 x squared plus 2xh plus h squared minus 3x minus 3h minus 4. Negative, be a positive 2x squared plus 3x plus 4 all over h. M is equal to -2x squared minus 4xh minus 2h squared minus 3x minus 3h minus 4 plus 2x squared, oops, sorry, wrong color, plus 2x squared plus 3x plus 4 all over h.
Priority 1 message coming in on secured channel.
Negative 2x squared minus 2x minus 4xh minus 2h. Okay. Now, what should happen here? Somebody tell me what should happen at this point. What should happen to all the x terms, or a lot of them?
They should cancel out.
Good job. Now, Mr. Crawl, I'm going to give you a little secret. You might catch some flack from the rest of the class because you're actually communicating with me and they don't want to communicate, so they may get mad at you. I just thought I'd mention that to you, okay? They may call you bad names. All right. 2x squared cancels. 3x cancels. And the 4 cancels. And that leaves you with m is equal to negative 4xh minus 2h squared minus 3h over h. You can factor out a h. And that's going to give you h times negative 4x minus 2h minus 3 over h. And what happens to the h's?
They
They
cancel.
cancel, Hubert. Yep, thank you. Whoever tried to communicate, thank you. And you're left with this guy right here. Now, for algebra, for right now, this is the answer. So you want to take your green marker, and this is your answer. But I'm going to show you what we're going to be doing with that in calculus on the next page. So this is just for your information for the next unit. I'm just showing you where we're going with this to show you how important this page is. You're talking about 3 problems on the test like this. So this is what we're going to do with that 4x. We're going to say limit as h approaches 0 of negative 4x minus 2h minus 3, and that 0 will take that 2h out. Because what's 2 times 0?
0.
And you're left with negative 4x minus 3. Now, some of you people that have had pre-calculus before, can you tell me what this is called? Starts with a D.
The derivative.
The derivative. This is your Unit 1 test. Okay? Getting that guy right there. Well, it's half of your Unit 1 test. Right there. Right now, we're in unit review. We're in the review unit. This is Unit 1. Okay, so this is for your information where we're going with what you're reviewing over with the difference quotient. So is this a necessity? Yes. Okay, does anybody have a question on what algebra I did there? Anybody got a question? Hopefully it knocked some of the cobwebs loose. Yes? I see a few of you going, yeah, shaking your head and nodding. That is communication. I'm sorry, but it is. So there goes the whole communication thing. Y'all communicated. People wonder why the divorce rate is so high. People that are married communicate like y'all. Good gracious alive. Won't last 2 months. All right, let's go to another question. Let's type this in, and let's get negative 4x minus 2h minus 3. And you should feel good about yourself, so you don't have to put extra stuff on your vehicle, like smokestacks. Okay? You feel good about yourself. And you girls won't have to put too much makeup on and have an orange face and a white neck. Oompa loompa. Oompa loompa. Doopity-doo. Here we go. R2-59. Oh my God, I actually saw some smiles. I actually saw some. Quick, cover them up. Good. Guys, if you ever see an Oompa Loompa, orange face and white neck, run in the other direction as fast as you can, because she's crazy. That's why. They're crazy. Girls, how do you know when to run? If a guy, number one indicator, if a guy wears sunglasses indoors, run the other direction. That's future domestic violence. You wait and see. Don't test me, but it is. All right, so here we go. I got a whole list. I'm gonna write a book one day. When to run. I'm gonna make $1 million by that one book. All right. It's mainly gonna be for women, because men, it's real easy. You know, all you got to avoid is the Oompa Loompas. But for women, it's much more difficult, because men are really stupid, so they do really stupid things. R2-59/14. I bet you it's a difference quotient. What is it? What is it? Come on. Yep. So let's do this one. Now, why am I doing this one in the same one? Because you need the practice. That's why. Because I guarantee you, a third of you really suck at this. But you just don't want to say anything, because you don't want to be embarrassed. I understand. F of x is equal to negative x squared. Does somebody have a question? Minus 2x minus 3. I thought I heard somebody say something.
I just said I suck at this.
Okay, well, at least you're being honest. Who said that? Because I didn't see your frame light up.
Oh Lord, Jamie Blast said that.
Okay, Miss Blast, very, very integral person, because she's honest with herself. I bet you don't ask for a salad and a water when you go on a date, do you?
No, I want steak and shrimp.
There you go. Surf and turf. I like steak and chicken myself. Yeah, steak. I mean, sorry, steak and surf and turf. Steak and fish and shrimp. That's good. Guys, you will have one of those one day. Go to a nice restaurant. No, I don't want anything but a water and a carrot. Run in the other freaking direction. After the date, after she finishes her carrot stick, go in the other direction, because if she's gonna lie about being hungry, she's gonna lie about everything else. You don't go to a freaking restaurant and order a freaking salad and a water. Oh God. All right. So here we go. We got to do the f of x. I saw a couple more smiles out there. I'm wearing you down. Y'all gonna smile before this is over with. All right. You might even communicate too. All right. M is equal to f of x plus h minus f of x over h. Well, Miss Blass, I'm going to tell you something else. Now, I'm not perfect by no means. I'm not saying I am. But there are some teachers that lobotomize students over the difference quotient. After they get through to the difference quotient, they don't even know which way is up. So don't feel bad about sucking at this. I know a lot of students that were lobotomized by other teachers. I try to at least use different colors. All right, so here we go. Brackets, negative parentheses squared, minus 2 times parentheses minus 3, minus negative x squared minus 2x minus 3. All that over h. And now you have your algebra set up. So take a minute and do it. I'm not going to do everything for you. You're going to have to do some yourself. You want to get a trophy in here, you're going to have to work hard. God, am I just the most awful thing you've ever heard? Just having to work for a trophy. Give you 2 minutes. Okay, so that's going to be negative parentheses x squared plus 2xh plus h squared minus 2x minus 2h minus 3. Now what I did there is I did shortcut number 1, put it right there, and I distributed the negative 2 here and there. And then now I'm going to distribute this negative across here. I'm doing it in steps. Some people don't want to do it in steps. Some people want to do it from here and then get the answer. Guys. Okay? Mostly guys. because they don't want to skip any. They don't want to do all this trash. They just want to get to the answer. Well, that's why they get it wrong. So, who makes the best snipers in the Marine Corps? Does anybody know who makes the best snipers in the Marine Corps? The best
Women.
pilots? Huh?
Women.
Females. Do you know why? Try to tell a guy how to shoot a rifle. He ain't going to listen to a word you tell him because he already knows how to shoot a rifle. That's why women make the best snipers. All right, so x squared plus 2x plus 3. And now I'm going to distribute this negative across here. And that's going to give me negative x squared minus 2xh minus h squared minus 2x. Oh, wait a minute. Minus 2h minus 3 plus x squared. Oops. Plus x squared plus 2x plus 3. And all of that over now, at this point, how do you know you're on the right track?
If the x terms will cancel.
The x terms will cancel. Now, not all of them. Sometimes you might get all of them to cancel, and sometimes maybe only 2 cancel. Depends on the degree of the polynomial up here. It depends on if it's a rational. It depends on if it's a cube or a fourth or a fifth square or a fifth term. A lot of that applies. So the x squareds cancel. 2x cancels. And 3 cancels. That's usually what happens on a quadratic. So now you're left with m is equal to negative 2xh minus h squared minus 2h all over h. And that's going to leave you with negative 2x minus h minus 2. And I bet you 1 or 2 of y'all out there got it right. That previously got the first one wrong. Or you got down to more than you've been doing. In other words, you're progressing. There's not a lot of people that can do this much algebra just from the, day one. You got to knock some cobwebs loose. Any question on this one? Miss Blass, a little bit better this time?
Yeah, I did a little bit better this time. I just
Good.
didn't get to the last part.
Okay, you didn't get which part?
I basically got to negative 2hx, negative h2, negative 2h over h.
Good.
So
You got to that part.
yeah, it's getting better.
Good. Well, I'm sorry I'm picking on you. You're the only one that will communicate, so I'm having to pick on
It's
you.
okay. I'm used to it. I'm the youngest child.
Negative 2x minus h minus 2. And I feel good about myself. Next, let's go to another problem. I bet this is another one. R259/14. R2 59/14. Okay, now this time I'm going to give you 3 minutes, and I want you to do the whole thing. All right. And that green looks awful. I ordered some Sharpies, and I thought they were fluorescent, and they wasn't. Damn Russians. All right. So here we go. So I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to put M is equal to -4, and I'm going to do that in blue. X squared plus 2xh plus h squared minus 3x minus 3h minus 3 plus 4x squared plus 3x plus 3 all over h. I'm going to take it to the next step, and then I'm going to wait a few minutes. See if you can get the right answer for some of you that are still working on it. So that's going to give me negative 4x squared minus 8xh minus 4h squared minus 3x minus 3h minus 3 plus 4x squared plus 3x plus 3. And I'm going to stop right there for a minute and see if some of you that have been having some difficulty seeing after doing these 3 problems, seeing if the cobwebs are getting a little bit less thick.
Priority 1 message coming in on secured channel. Priority 1 message coming in on secured channel.
Okay, so what happens to the 4x's? 4x squareds, 3x, and positive 3. And you're left with negative 8xh minus 4h squared minus 3h over, this is one of those oranges that we're supposed to believe fluorescent. And that's equal to negative 8x minus 4h minus 3. And hopefully some of you that's been having trouble, after 3 problems, I bet you're able to say you start to understand it a little bit better now. It's just a little thing called hard work. Or if you don't like to use the work word, you can say practice. Yeah. Those 2 things right there can't go wrong. Y'all just get tired of my sarcasm, smart ass, I'll quit. But you got to communicate if you want me to stop. All right? Question, how did that happen? How did that work? You get that one okay? Yeah, nobody says anything. X minus 4h minus 3. Yeah, Hubert is getting better. No, Hubert, I suck. Okay, thank you for the input. Next. And there's one that was sent yesterday, I believe. No, that's last Tuesday. Okay, so that's and that's R259/14 again. Let's see if it's a little bit different. No, we did one like that one that had a negative 4. I think we just did that one. One like it. Negative 4x squared minus 3x minus, okay. There's one difference between the 3 and the 4. I think we can skip this one. Okay, no offense, but that the only difference is that 4 right there. So that's a good practice one. I would write this one down. If you suck at this, I would write this down and try it since you're getting better at it. I would try this one, but that's just up to you. Next, let me just ask, let me see, Mr. Patel, you there? Do you feel a little bit better after we've done those last three? Do you feel a little bit better with the difference question, or you want me to do this one? Okay, I don't hear him. Unmute your mic, Mr. Patel. Do it one. There you go.
Much better.
There, I got. Yeah, go ahead. Can you do it? Can you do them now? Okay. Let me delete that one. And this is R2. R2D2. R269. R269/17. Do we have something different? Probably a piecewise function, which are a pain in the butt. I do not test on piecewise functions very much. You're probably talking about one question, like this one. This is a test question. So let's do it. F of x is equal to, you got three functions. One I'm going to do in blue. 2x, x is less than -1. Orange, 3, and x is equal to -1. And green, x minus 2, and x is greater than -1. So this is what we call a piecewise function. And all you need to do is draw it. Because if you draw it, it'll make a lot of sense. So here is my handy dandy graph. And I'm going to draw this one in blue. Well, 2x plus 0. That means it crosses at the origin. And it's a positive slope. So that means going left to right, 2 up, 1 over, 2 up, 1 over, 2 down, 1 over, 2 down, 1 over. So there's my line, but I can't use, all my numbers have to be below what? -1. So the only thing I can use is these numbers right there. I can only use -2, -1, -3, -4, and so on. So there's my, and this is an open circle, so I can't use -1. Okay, so that's the blue. Now, everybody in here, this is a calculus class. Everybody in here ought to know how to draw a line. I'm sorry. I'm not going to review that unless you ask me to, and then probably need to go over that outside of class. All right, x is equal to 3. Well, that's just a big dot right there. Oh, I'm sorry, y is equal to 3. Y is equal to 3 is 1, 2, 3, right there. It's not that one, it's that right there. And then the other is green, and we got a -2. There is our starting point, and it's a 1 to 1, 1 to 1, 1 to 1, 1 to 1, and we can't go past. We can use all numbers above -1. So I can't use. I got to put an open circle here. Because I can use 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. So that's what it looks like. Now, should you be able to do that? Yes, you should be able to draw that. So which one does it look like? You got a line going left, a dot at 3, and a line going right. So let's see which one it looks like. Which one of those is the one that I just drew? It's either B or D. You're going to have to figure out which one it is. I'm looking. See what the difference is. Okay, I see the difference. This one's delta's not it. So it's Bravo, right? This one goes to the line, the circle above, and this one starts below the blue line. So this one starts below the blue line. So it should be B. And you feel good about yourself. That's a good test question because it's pretty simple. And like I say, I'm not going to test you too much on piecewise functions. Next. This is R3-26/6. R3-26/6. First of all, is it a test question? Yes, I guess it is. Let's see. Yeah, it is a test question. First of all, I'm going to draw it. I'm going to draw a replica of what we got here. Let's see, that's -5 and -3 looks like. -5, 2, 3, 4, 5, -3. A solid circle. And then 1 and 1. That's -7. Sorry. 2, 4, shoot. -7, -3. Yeah. The other one is 1 and 1. You got 2 circles, 1 and 1. And this is -7, no, that's -7, yeah, -3. You got a line going straight across here. And they ask A, what is f of -5? B, the domain. We're going to do domain and range. All x values such that y is equal to 0. C, where is y equal to 0? And the range. So there's everything we're going to do. So back in pre-algebra, you had an x and a y. What does this mean? Does that mean x is equal to -5, or does it mean y is equal to -5?
X.
X is -5, so that means you're finding y. So at -5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. X is 1, 2. Looks like -2, but let's look at the actual graph because mine sucks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. So it should be -2. That's not letting me change it, so x is equal to -2, so that's A. Okay, now I'm just going to do the domain and range. I'm going to take my handy dandy green highlighter and yellow highlighter. And domain, we're going to do in yellow. And range, we're going to do in green. So the domain, do that in yellow. The domain is from -7 to what? That means I want y'all to say something.
1.
Thank you. It's going to take a while for me to get this communication thing through to y'all. And somebody tell me the range, -3 to what?
1.
1. Settle down, please. And where in the function do you see y is equal to 0? Well, what is y is equal to 0? Y is equal to 0 is parallel with the x-axis, so that means it is the x-axis. So where does our line hit the x-axis? Looks like at -1 right there, but let's look on the actual graph. Yep, it hits the x-axis at -1. Hits or intersects. I'm sorry, I'm not using correct terminology. Hits the x-axis at x is equal to -1. And that's it. It's a good test question. Everybody feel good? Let's go and check it out. I can't check that out because evidently they already typed in enough answers. The range is from -3, 1, close brackets. Was that it? I thought they were going to ask something else. I guess not. Oh, okay. It's a good problem. Hopefully that helps you out. Next. And that's going to be, let me check the time before some of y'all start convulsing. I think we're okay. Let's see, when's class over? Class over at 3:55, so we're good. This is R337. I think we've already done this one, but y'all tell me. RR37. Whoa, wait a minute. This is Math 110. We don't need to do that one. That's wrong. Okay, R4, 3, 1. R4, 3, 1. First of all, is it a test question? Excuse me. Yep, it is a test question. List the slope and y-intercept. Okay, you don't need to look at it but about 2 seconds to know what the slope is and the y-intercept. Because all g of x is equal to 0.5x. G of x is equal to 0.5x. All lines are written in the form y is equal to mx plus b, and m is equal to the slope, b is equal to the y-intercept, x is your input, and y is your what? Output. So in this case, y is equal to 5/10 x plus 0. So what is the y-intercept? 0 is the y-intercept. And the slope is equal to what?
1/2.
Now this is no joke. I actually had somebody ask me one time, where did the 5/10 come from? Okay. What place value is this? The tenths. So I can put that over 10, and that is the answer, 5/10. You could say 0.5 if you wanted to, but I put it as a fraction because if they asked me to graph it, then it'd be easier to graph with a 5/10. So let's see, that's what they're going to ask us to do. We'll go ahead. The slope is 5/10, which is equal to 1/2, and you could do 1/2. Oh my goodness, I'm ready to quit. I need a. I ain't gonna say nothing. There we go, 1/2. The y-intercept is 0. My gosh. Parentheses. Pay attention here, because you got to do it like this. 0, 0, and close parentheses. And here's my y-intercept. 0, 0, that's the y-intercept. And then 1 up, 2 over. As soon as I get to 1, I can't hardly see. 2 over. Okay, I'm about ready to lose it. Two and 1. That's a good test question. You know, this class is going to go by so slow when y'all not talking. I just want y'all to know that. This is R4 5113. R4 5113. R4 5113. Excuse me. What is the slope of the roof? Well, you know, if you've got a roof, my house sucks, so don't make fun of my house. And you've got from eave to eave is 64 feet. And you got the middle of the house right here. You basically have something to this effect. Excuse me. Now, can somebody tell me what building a house is based on? Two things. What's building a house based on? Well, somebody in there got a parent that's a builder, or you either work with a builder, or what does building a house, what's the first two things that you got to be sure of before you start putting up siding and before you start putting up everything else? You're kidding. Seriously? Y'all don't have a clue? What's the bottom of any house called?
The foundation?
Thank you. The foundation has got to be square. You've got to be square. The foundation has to be square. Write that down. So that means that when I go in the center of something, that's going to be half of the length. So what's the length of this beam?
New Facebook comment.
Right here.
32 feet.
Good job. So you write down 32 right here. And I think they say in the actual. Now I'm a little bit confused where that 11 is supposed to go, but I think it is the height right here of 11. I'm going to take my orange marker, even though I hate orange and black. I hate those two colors together. Oh, that is 11. So what is the slope? Slope is equal to vertical over horizontal. So the slope on this side is positive 11 over 32. And what's the slope on this side? Negative 11 over 32, Hubert. That's right, class. So technically, this one's positive and this one's negative. I don't think they want to know the positive and negative. So I'm just going to say 11 over 32. And that's all that matters. I like that test question. Y'all settle down, please. R4, 58. R4, 58, 14. R4, 58, 14.
Professor, is it okay if I leave early? I have to get my daughter.
Okay, I do too, but that's okay. Go ahead. I gotta get
Okay,
my
thanks.
son, but go ahead. I've already taken the roll.
Okay,
I'm
thank you.
just trying to get as many as I can because some of y'all wanting these questions, so.
Okay, thank you.
The registrar's office finds that the number of inkjet cartridges, okay, I don't understand that, required each year for its copiers and printers varies directly, y is equal to k times x. Okay, I see, okay. All right, so I varies directly as k times s. I didn't know what that I meant. Now I know what it means. Okay? So I'm going to let y'all follow along with me right here. Now, should you know about direct and inverse variation? Yes. You should know about that back in 109. Excuse me. What does it say? It says find an equation of variation that express I as a function of S. Okay, there it is right there. If the office requires 15 cartridges when 28 students enroll, so 15 cartridges for 2,800 students. So find K, 2,800, 2,800. So 15 divided by 2,800. 15 divided by 2,800. Well, that's it. I'm not going to write it. I'm just going to write K is equal to 15 over 2,800. Now take that K and plug it back into the formula. Sorry, something's in my eye. I'll have to quit after this one because it's burning. All right, so take that 15 over 2,800 because I don't want to write all those decimals. And plug it back into this. This is A. Now I'm going to do B. I is equal to 15 over 2,800 times S. And now they want to know, well, man, how many cartridges would be required for 3,200 students? 15 over 2,800 multiplied by 3,200. And you could take those two zeros out. That's going to be 32 times 15 over 28. 4 will go in there 8 times. 4 will go in there 7 times. 8 times 15 is what? 120? Somebody check my math.
Yeah, that's right.
And 120 divided by 7. I have no earthly idea, but I'll try to do it. Sorry. 120 divided by 7. 7 will go in there 1 time. That'll leave 50. And I'm assuming 17.1. Somebody calculate 120 over 7, please. What do you get?
17.14.
17 point what?
17.14.
17.14.
Yes.
So 17 cases or 17 cartridges. All right, and we're going to stop right there. And I've already called the roll, unless you got questions. Now, how far did I get? I got to R4. So what should y'all have done before Thursday? Y'all should have questions R4, R1 through R4 done, or you should have more questions sent to me. Because after Thursday, I'm not going to do any more R4s. I'm going to go on to R5 and 6 and 7. Okay? Y'all get out of here, and I'll see y'all Thursday, okay? Be careful. Bye-bye.